So like most people, I am eagerly waiting for the release of Ganyu. With a lot of information already available, every single day of wait is excruciating, but I dove deep into the rabbit hole trying to find any information about her. And then I noticed something obvious, but peculiar. Ganyu is half Qilin. If you play the game, this is already well known, but what if I told you this information will shatter our understanding about Dragonspine? Welcome to Genshin Theory. Throughout the whole game, the only mention of Qilin so far occurs when Ganyu is talking about herself. But what is a Qilin anyway? In the ancient Chinese mythology, Qilins are mythological creatures, having single horn, antlers, or both. Their appearance often coincide with the birth or death of an illustrious ruler, and also found protecting sacred places. That's great and all, but I want to know more about it in the game. So I spent hours scavenging for anything I could find. Then I came across this. In the game, these are described as Geo statues, but just look at the resemblance. These are in fact Qilin statues. Now these statues are involved in a quest where we are asked to find a body of a dragon named Qi. Thousands of years ago, Rex Lapis, the Geo god, defeated an evil serpent dragon named Qi, which was as big as the mountains itself. But the dragon did not perish entirely, so its spirit, soul, flesh, bones, and form were separated and sealed away. These Qilin statues and the mechanisms within the quest gives us general information and location for the parts of the dragon. But who put these here? We may be able to find a simple answer in one of Kaching's voiceovers. She wonders who knows what Rex Lapis must have done to inspire such blind devotion from Ganyu. It's entirely possible that in the past, Rex Lapis saved Ganyu during the war against the dragon, and these Qilin statues were erected under Rex Lapis's direction. Now, let's talk about what implications Ganyu's release has to do with Dragonspine, because things are about to get a bit crazy. There are three main locations for this quest throughout Qingsu village, located here, here, and here. Now every one of these places have statues, and I'm under the impression that these were placed here by a Qilin or even Ganyu herself thousands of years ago. Now the quest itself doesn't really guide you in any chronological order, so what I did was I went in and read every mechanism's text to put them in the order that made the most sense. The first location gives a general geographic information on where the parts of the dragons were sealed. Spirit to the north, bones in the southeast, flesh in the northwest, soul to the northeast, and its form located southwest. Now when we get to the second location, the wordings of the mechanism becomes very interesting. It mentions that these Qilin statues were erected to watch over 4 directions with 8 statues in total. It also mentions that the flesh of the dragon survived, which we will discuss in just a little bit. Initially when we were doing this quest, we were really worried about 4 statues just to get our rewards, but what if I told you the remaining 4 could be crucial indicators for the game's future content? With these 8 statues and the information we gather from both mechanisms, we can start to deduce some locations. North towards the windswept ruin where the spirit is located, northeast to a domain where the soul was locked away using magical formula, northwest to a vault where the flesh is supposed to be, northwest again to the first location of the quest and where the final battle happened, southeast facing Dragonspine where the bones were sent to, southwest towards a Deptai's abode and an ominous tree where the form of the dragon was buried, and south towards Liyue Harbor and the third location of the statues. Now there's one more statue that I have no idea where it's pointing at, and I looked for hours. Originally I thought it was pointing to Celestia, but the angle's a bit off, so what do you think? Is it pointing to Celestia? Or something else entirely? Let me know in the comments. Now once we get to the third location, the mechanism very specifically notes, with the evil serpent gone from Qingsu, the magic formula that subdued it was no longer in effect. What this means is that the magic formula that was holding the dragon's soul inside this domain is no longer working, which means the soul escaped. To further add to this theory, the domain's description gives us some more evidence. It describes a secret ritual that can conceal 1 gate out of 8. with rumors that the domain presently seals an evil serpent, which we already found out that it's not even working. Not only that, if you start walking up this path toward the domain, there's a Qilin statue, and it's inactive. We also come to find out when we arrive at the vault at the end of this quest, the flesh is gone, and all the Qilin statues are also inactive. Where is the flesh and the soul? Where have they gone to? Dragonspine. Now, is the release of Ganyu during Dragonspine purely coincidental? Considering how miHoYo plans everything out to the dot, it may have a deeper meaning. For those of you who haven't been paying attention to the lore, I would describe this in the simplest way I can. The Chi dragon died thousands of years ago. After some time, the flesh and soul escaped and disappeared. 500 years ago, a shadow dragon named Durin appears over Dragonspine under a corrupt alchemist named Gold. Coincidentally, Gold, Albedo, and his teacher Reindoter are the only three people who knows how to use alchemy process of creation, called the art of chemia. Gold possibly could have created the dragon Durin from the remains of Chi. Now during the event, The Chalk Prince and the Dragon, Albedo poses a question. Was Durin's fall here purely by chance, or was it intent? If the theory holds, the bone, the soul, and the flesh of the dragon Chi is now resting in Dragonspine collecting energy. The form of the dragon, which was beaten into submission by Zhao, hinted by this wing's description, lies at rest under a gigantic tree in the southwest, also collecting energy. What's even more suspicious is the fact that by this tree, there's an NPC that talks about a resurrection of a beast, and how once it awakens, we're all pretty much screwed. And finally, the spirit of Chi that's probably still locked away in the Storm Terror's lair. So what does all this mean? When all the remains of the dragon converge and resurrects, Daddy Ganyu would save us all from her total destruction and death. Cause let's be real, everybody in this game is gonna die. Now you can't tell me miHoYo decided to release Ganyu during Dragonspine for no apparent reason. It seems to me that she has some kind of history with this dragon. Ganyu may play a big part in the future story considering she's a Qilin and has an ability that exorcises evil. But remember, this is just a theory. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that like and subscribe for any future content. Also, if you agreed or disagreed with anything I said in this video, make sure you leave a comment down below. I also stream on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and also Discord in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.